the best of everything. I am Ruben Paul, and our guest today is the man that's on the screen, the great Russell Peters. But first, let me introduce my brother from another mother who's behind the American flag once again.
Oh, what? Maybe because I'm American Mexican, bro.
What's up, man? How are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you doing? How you holding up?
I'm good, man. We're all in this together. So just trying to be as productive as possible every day. So it is what it is. Working on some things for online. So just trying to stay as busy as possible. How are you doing?
Yeah, well, B's still in town. So and now, her school is not going back. So she's gonna be out here. She may not even make a trip back to South Carolina to say goodbye to the family over there. Mm-hmm. She might just stay out here, and then she can go back during the holidays, or they can come out here to see her or something like that. You know what I mean? Because we don't even know. This doesn't seem like it would be worth it to do. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just moving position.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, there you are. Wait a minute. I can't find this on your page.
What?
I can't find us, so I can share it. No. Huh. I can't seem to find. Yeah, I can't find it. That's weird. Normally, it's right there under videos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. No. Huh. Weird.
Well, people are, Paul Dees just commented, "What's up, Paul Dees?" He's always on. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah, man. What's up?
It should be right on the main page, Johnny.
Yeah.
So what are they saying in terms of is she done for the school year? Is her school year done?
Correct. Like they're not going to go back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So she'll just finish out through the end of May is when they finish their classes. So right before Memorial Weekend, and then she'll probably have to stay out here because if she's going to start school and then we got to see what's happening with the schools out here.
Mm.
Are they going to want parents, especially if they're coming, it's a new student, they're going to want her to be homeschooled the first quarter semester. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm using semester, but she's going to be in third grade, but still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't, they don't know this. I mean, like you said, everybody's going through this with not knowing anything. Everybody, Darn it, man. Why can't I where is it? Let me go back a second. Let me start over.
Yeah,
I'm on your fan page.
Yeah, that's where you would go, and then you could.
There it is.
Yeah.
I needed to jump off and get back on. Okay. Oh, echo.
Paul Dees just asked, didn't you have a ponytail when you were on the Apollo?
Well, I had a ponytail. That was BET's Comic View.
Oh, okay. You didn't do the Apollo, right?
I did not do the Apollo.
Okay.
No. I never got that opportunity, man. But who was it that said he got booed twice? Was it
Willie?
Willie.
Willie. Yeah. Willie went on there. But
I had a ponytail. That was my. Remember I told you that was my hippie. That was my hippie stage.
Mm-hmm.
Was when I had a long hair and a ponytail, and I had a cap on backwards for the Comic View.
That sounds like you. I think I do remember you wearing a ponytail. For those of you guys who are listening and not watching, today our guest is going to be the one and only Russell Peters. He'll be joining us momentarily, and we're talking about Johnny's ponytail days.
What's up, Conrad? What's up? Yeah, my ponytail. Man, I went through this hippie thing. I was wearing corduroys all the time. I was wearing corduroy jackets, and then I even went through some like tie-dye shirts. I used to run into Felipe all the time, and Felipe had, I probably talked about this before, but Felipe had really short buzzed haircut.
Yeah.
And I had long hair to the middle of my back.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I think I remember short-haired Felipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real buzz cut, dude. Like it was kind of like that East LA. I know he's from Boyle Heights. Is Boyle Heights considered East LA?
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all had that buzz cut back then in the early 90s, you know?
Do you remember your first all Latino gig? Because you kind of came from Tulare straight to the Comedy Store, right?
Oh, wait, ask me that again. What was that?
Do you remember your first like all Latino? Because you didn't start out doing all Latino rooms. You kind of came in and was just doing regular open mics, and then went to the store.
Correct.
Kind of was.
You know, when the Latino night started, I was still an open micer doing the Belly Room at the Comedy Store on Saturday nights, and that's when I met Freddie Asparagus, and I got in his sketch group Los Abstractos, and they started Latino night in the Belly Room, and then that's when Jamie had the Latino night at the Laugh Factory. So I started doing Monday nights at the Laugh Factory.
So if I'm not mistaken, when Latino night started at the Laugh Factory, didn't Boomer from a radio station? Didn't he?
Boomer Cervantes from Power 106, dude, and that place was packed.
I remember.
Yeah. Speaking of having a weird phase, this is the first night Rudy Moretto and I ever met each other. I came in to do the Latino night with Boomer, and I had cornrows.
What?
I had cornrows, dude. My hair was long. I had some girl braided them for me.
Was that your druggy days? Those must have been your druggy days, man. When you
well, those are my Snoop Dogg days. How about that? That wasn't as much of the drinking as it was the puffing. But Conrad, yes, no, I just did it. I just went down last month, got it, just went straight to the DMV. I got it all. He's asking me about the registration.
Oh yeah, for you guys listening, Conrad is, well, I'm not going to say his name because everybody starts hitting me up, but he's
yeah, you got to put him on blast.
Hey, Conrad, I forgot when mine is due, man. Look it up for me and let me know.
Oh my God.
We'll talk about, hey.
How about you just open your glove box?
I am doing a podcast right now. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and you know what? And he's watching a podcast. So you think he really wants to go looking stuff up for you right now?
Anyway, it couldn't come at a better time. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother from another mother, the one and only Mr. Russell Peters.
Well, hello.
What up, Teasy?
Yeah.
Hey, this was a mission. I had to fucking download Chrome. Yeah. And then I didn't know my login to get into my fucking email to get the link back.
Yes. Hey, and Russell, Ruben just automatically, he just starts doing that thing like, what are you, dumb? You know what I mean? I go through the same thing almost every time. I
never even heard of StreamYard. Everybody's using fucking Zoom. You're a StreamYard.
Well, why am I frozen now?
No,
you're fucking StreamYard.
Okay, cool. Well, StreamYard, you can StreamYard is a little bit more secure than Zoom, and it's what they had me doing. Whatever, man. How are you, brother? How you doing?
I thought he was froze for a second. He held that pose.
Yo, Jen was looking at my Instagram over my shoulder, and she sees a picture of Johnny, and she goes, "Oh, is that the guy from No Doubt?"
Yeah, it was hilarious. Now, I told you I finally met him. Did I tell you that, Russell?
No, I mean, I've been friends with him for a long time.
Oh, yeah, dude. I see him. He was upstairs when George Lopez did set the Laugh Factory, and it was a private party. And I see him, dude, and I go, man, I am talking to this guy because I've been called that dude for 20 years since they were around. I went up to him. We talked. I go, I got to stay. And we took photos, dude, together. Where we're both pointing at our dark circles like that. He was really cool, man.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
His circles aren't as dark as yours, though.
Well, I think because he's got that platinum blonde, which I'm thinking about going that right now in this quarantine. I'm thinking about going platinum blonde, dude.
You definitely should.
You think so?
I want him with it.
You what?
I'm with you on this one. You should do it.
Okay, and look and check this out, Russell. Check that. What?
I'm trying to adjust it.
What? What? Who am I looking out for?
Shit.
Mr. Live 77, son.
That was the Love Gun Rock and Roll Over tour.
For you guys who don't know,
Yes.
Russell is a huge Kiss fan. It's shocking when I found out.
Is it shocking, Johnny, or is it shock me?
Ruben, do you even know that reference?
Doesn't get it.
Russell forced me to go to a Kiss concert in Australia, so
That's right.
I got.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, I got my full Kiss experience in, man. But
that must have been trippy though, because to not have grown up as a kid watching them, it must have been kind of weird for you, right? Because you probably knew some songs, but it wasn't like nostalgic.
No, I think he knew the characters, but he didn't know the songs.
Yeah. Right.
Well, to be honest with you, Russell being so happy and so excited about this group fascinated me. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything. I mean, I knew of the group, but he loves Kiss. And, me and Russell connected through hip hop and our love of hip hop. So to just see him know all the songs, be excited, wanting to be right there, right in front of the stage was cool to watch.
Yeah.
Ruben's camera fine. Me and Johnny are in sync.
Yeah. What's funny is, Ruben, you're on a delay.
How am I on a delay?
Isn't that funny? The guy, Mr. Technologies has a delay.
Hey, fucking Johnny StreamYard, you're on delay.
Let me see.
Hey, look what he put for his name. What did I put a couple weeks ago? Ruben, look at what he put for his name.
All right.
Hey,
let me see.
I put Johnny motherfucking Sanchez. Boom, dude, there it is. Can you bring it in a little closer so everybody can see? Okay. Oh, right there. Look at that. My doppelganger.
Oh, yeah.
My Indian doppelganger right there.
You guys are both part raccoon.
Hey, who was that right there?
Fucking Eddie.
Oh, that was Eddie. Eddie.
That was the Mexican.
Yeah. Well, the other one.
The other one. Oh, I was thinking Russell's the other one. Russell
the other one living in my house.
Yo, I don't know why it's freezing on me, man.
Well,
but you guys can hear me in real time, correct?
Yeah, but let me ask you something. You moved, and so you earlier you were fine, and then you moved.
Let me see.
That's what happens. Maybe the pugs have chewed on the on your fucking Ethernet.
All right, let's see.
Ruben has Asian Wi-Fi.
Let me see. Yeah, for some reason.
Jamie Stevens, I better go steal a new camera, Ruben.
That's racist.
Hold on, I gotta get my water.
That's racist too, because it's on your back.
Why is this thing freezing? Hold on, let me.
Oh, well, Ruben jumped off.
All right.
It's the Russell and Johnny show.
Yes, dude. So
welcome to two brown guys. Which one's Mexican?
Did you now I always told you that I started with Kiss, but as soon as Van Halen's album came out, their first one, I jumped from Kiss and I was full in with Van Halen.
That was like that album, and it was like it looked like a live shot of them on stage.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
It was their first self-titled. Yes.
Yeah.
And on the back, they had a picture of each guy, and David Lee Roth was doing the splits.
Yeah, jumping in the air splits, right?
Yes, dude. And I just sort of moved from Kiss to Van Halen after that.
Well, because the problem is that Kiss released Unmasked, and that was easily their worst album to date.
God, I remember that, man. I
remember buying it. I was in, I think I bought it in Buffalo, New York, because we'd done like a day trip to Niagara Falls or something. And
yeah.
I remember so excited to get home and play it because I was reading the album because it was like a comic book, and you open it was the big fucking poster. And then I got home and I played it, and I'm like, huh? I was like, maybe I'm just not used to these songs. I kept playing it. I know all the songs, but I don't like them.
Yeah, I remember.
I did it on The Elder, and I loved The Elder.
Wait, which one was The Elder?
The one that came after Unmasked.
Oh, after. Wait, was Unmasked?
The cartoon cover.
Oh, the cartoon cover. But wait a minute. I thought when they unmasked, wasn't Lick It Up on that one?
No. Lick It Up was Lick It Up. That was the actual no makeup album. But
that was the no makeup. That's I get it. Yep, that's it.
In 81, they did The Elder, and then 82, they did Creatures of the Night. Then 83, 84, they did the Lick It Up.
Which album did they do? God gave rock and roll to you.
I think that was after I checked out. That was probably Animalize or something.
Yeah, that was a little bad.
I was like, no, I'm gone.
That song was so cheesy, man. But
I checked out after Lick It Up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And it was a little different without the makeup, man. It was.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're doing something I don't want to see now.
Yeah, but you probably. Wait, you didn't do, if you went to the one in Australia, was that the one where they had the orchestra with them?
No, that was the Motley Crue Kiss tour. That was 2013.
Yes. Where the orchestra was in makeup?
No. That was a different one.
Oh,
that was Kiss Symphony.
What's that?
That was called Kiss Symphony.
Oh, because man, dude, that Beth rendition of Peter Criss with the symphony behind him, and they're all in makeup.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That's one of the best version I've ever heard, man.
I think I listened to that album once, and I was like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Did you figure it out?
I'm back.
Okay, good. It's about time, and you're in sync, so that's good.
So Russ, I mean, obviously, I know your story, and it's amazing that a lot of people still don't know your story. But let's start working backwards.
Let's not do an origin story. Let's just talk and hang out. Then they can go discover something. You're going to waste your entire time with me asking the same shit they can hear on 50 other podcasts.
Well, but it's I'm going to ask you things that they're not going to ask you on other podcasts.
Why don't you tell them my story, and then I'll correct you if you're wrong.
Well,
hold on.
One thing
Paul D said Unmasked should have come out after the quarantine. That's funny. What's up, cuz? All right. Anyway,
Unmasked.
Oh, I get it.
So Russ, after this quarantine is over, what do you think is going to be like as far as touring goes? Because obviously you tour damn near more than anybody.
I really don't know what it's going to be like, but eventually. Look, it's going to be right now, and then the next wave, and then I think after that, humans, because we are an ever-evolving species, we will develop the immunity towards this thing, whereas it will not be as effective on us, the coronavirus. Right now, it's something we never dealt with, and then our bodies eventually figure it out. So I think that's what's going to happen. So. Yeah, I figure maybe in 2 years it'll go back to what we consider normal, but until then, there's gonna be a lot of precautions and distancing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I was telling Ruben that I think what you do is totally different because you're doing huge venues and stuff like that. So obviously for you that's going to be completely different. But for the comics doing the comedy clubs, I'm wondering if they're going to just do like spacing of tape. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that.
They're probably going to do that, right?
Yeah. And people are going to go in good. People after this, people are going to want to be in big groups.
Yeah,
they're going to be like, well, we know we're all clear, so we're going to be together.
Yeah.
But then there's going to be another 10 group that thinks they're clear, and then this is where the problems come in.
Yeah.
Because this 10 is going to be like, well, how do we know they're clear? And they're going to be like, how do we know they're clear? And it's going to create a lot of paranoia and probably problems, but I'm eventually it'll figure itself out.
Yeah, they're doing some free testing down in Carson, the city of Carson, and I'm thinking about
hometown, good.
Yeah, that's what up, cool.
What up, good?
Ruben's always bragging about, man, Carson do it right, man. Carson do it right. And I'm like, yeah, because the mayor's name is Albert Robles.
Yes.
Oh,
that guy texts me from time to time, actually.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah. Albert Robles, the mayor of Carson. I told you, I'm friends with the mayor of Carson.
Damn.
Dang.
And I was actually telling him about you.
Of Of course you would be friends. How did you even meet him? That's so random.
I met him at Mike Tyson's golf tournament.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, Carson's my city. That's what I represent. But I would see arson, cuz. But I would say this is so interesting because, like Johnny was saying, for the comedy club, they can probably come back half capacity or whatever capacity they deemed
capacity.
But the whole when I think of international travel and thinking of doing big venues, because you when you tour, you legitimately tour the world.
Mm-hmm.
Where some people say they do a world tour and it's just the US and then London. When you first started touring,
I think we lost him. Johnny, are you and I the same guy? We were doing the exact same head.
Next door to-
And we're both wearing white mesh fucking baseball hats.
I know what. Okay.
Ruben, you need to go back to where you were when we were first talking, dude.
Yeah, when you were frozen, we could hear you.
I did go back to where I was.
Okay, man.
I'm back in my original spot.
I don't know. Well, we lost him again.
Now I'm back again. Is this better?
That's better. Yeah, there you go.
Are we here?
It's a little better. There we go.
So
it's really good. What's it called? The podcast?
Of course,
and the worst of Wi-Fi.
Man,
the best of everything. The worst of Wi-Fi.
What what was crazy is last week's it was Johnny's messing up. Now, of course, it's mine messing up today.
But last week I was on my phone and we realized that was part of the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, I like doing it on my phone.
Me too. What are you on right now?
Laptop.
Rom-com.
Laptop.
Oh, laptop.
Rom-com.
I thought you said rom-com.
No, I was yawning. Sorry. You guys watch these daily updates on the news here, where the Catherine Barger, the city whatever she is, and then they got look, they got the black girl doing the sign language, but she seems real sassy when she's doing it.
Dude,
yeah.
my daughter and I,
like
and sometimes she does that one thing with her tongue, and I'm like, what is that word? She goes like that, dude. And my daughter and I, my daughter will go, oh, look, Dad, and there's the funny girl. She thinks she's really funny because she makes so many expressions, dude. Yeah, I've seen her. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. We're probably insulting the shit out of a deaf person right now. You probably just told them to go eat pussy and then wipe it off themselves.
Yo, I hate watching those damn updates, man. It's always the same thing over and over again. The presidents are pretty entertaining, but he gets annoying too.
Yeah.
I tell you, the governor of California, he's irritating when he talks. Newsom. He's
irritating?
When he talks.
You don't like this?
Listen, it's not that when he talks, it's annoying. It always first of all, he's too good looking and it bothers me.
I knew this was coming.
Too good looking and it bothers me. So he's like fucking everything in sight. And then when he tries to talk and he is like he always does this thing when he's reading the teleprompter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think we're gonna do good. And when we and he's trying to like seem really serious, and you're like, stop it, dude. Act real. Act real with us.
I kind of like him. I'm a fan of his voice because it does sort of remind me of mine.
No, listen, Johnny, your voice is not annoying.
What?
I like
voice, actually.
Yeah, you were in the Kiss shirt to suck up. Whatever.
Hey man,
we're Kiss, not suck.
What do you think of Garcetti? What do you think of the job that he's been doing?
I don't know. He seems runty.
He does say "oh" every other word. Who? What about Garcetti? What's the matter with him?
He seems runty. He seems like sneaky. Something sneaky about him. Remember he was trying to get everybody to snitch?
When?
10 days ago, he was like, and if you see somebody out there and don't be afraid to call your local.
Is he ready? Like and another thing.
And there's a reward.
Wait a minute, who is that? He's John Lovitz? I don't know the name.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. If everybody could just stay inside.
Have you talked to John Lovitz lately?
No, I should probably give him a call.
Man.
Let me tell you real quick, one of the most underrated films, comedy films, and he's in it, and he's hilarious in it, Small Time Crooks. Woody Allen's Small Time Crooks. See? No reaction.
Never saw it.
Never. I cannot.
Yeah, it's Woody Allen, dude. You know, Woody Allen.
I've never been a Woody Allen fan. You know,
but it's the ensemble that makes it. It's the ensemble of this movie. Woody's hilarious, but he's also with what's her name, and she's the first female actress that could go improvise with him and hang, and even from what he said was topping his jokes was Tracy Ullman.
Oh, she's brilliant.
So
she's brilliant.
You normally don't get the female.
The Simpsons.
Huh?
Tracy Ullman gave us The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Anyway, John Lovitz is casting that along with Michael Rappaport, and they're these bad crooks, and it's hilarious movie, dude. I have watched it over 20 times.
How old is it?
Probably 15.
Oh, so not even that old.
No, it's not. No.
It's the weirdest thing. It's like it got overlooked by everybody. I always bring it up, and people go, "Yeah, I never watched Small Time Crooks." Anyway,
going through a trial or something when that happened.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That might have been around that time, dude. When everybody's like, he's creepy. Yeah.
I'm fucking my kid, but I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah.
With all the Me Too shit that went down, it seems like he kind of skated past all of that. You know what I mean? They got Cosby, they got everybody, and it seems like Woody Allen, even though people have come out and talked against him, he's kind of skated that whole thing. I wonder why. Why do you think, Russell?
I don't control the media, Ruben. I have no opinion.
My favorite, I'm not a big Woody Allen fan, but Broadway Danny Rose is a funny.
Oh my God, hilarious.
I liked
Danny Hall too.
No, I liked what was the one with Mia Sorvino?
Oh,
Aphrodite, Mighty Aphrodite.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, she won an Oscar for that, right?
Yeah.
She won an Oscar for that role.
That shit made me laugh when she was because she was a porn star in it, and she was talking about. I was doing this 4-man gangbang, and there was two guys behind me and two in my mouth, and I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, I really like acting." Fucking like you.
Well, that's another good one. If you guys want something to watch, but also once again, I'm only going to say it one more time. Small Time Crooks.
Can you text me that because I'm going to forget the name?
Yeah, Small Time.
We'll text it to you. Yeah.
So, Russell, what's your favorite comedy of all time? Your favorite comedy movie of all time?
I mean, I have a few, but one that I always go to because it kind of it's hilarious, but it's also got some good action in it is Midnight Run.
Oh, Midnight Run was good.
Oh wow, yeah.
Midnight Run was really good. That was really good.
It's funny, and it's got some good action and mob and everything. It's got everything in it.
How about you, Johnny?
Man, I can never get enough of Caddyshack. But then I always go back to like Blazing Saddles and
podcast.
Oh, I know what. Hey,
Tootie.
Hi.
How are you? I miss you.
Yes.
I just want to tell you that me and Mommy are coming soon.
Oh, okay. Yay.
But I just finished my homework.
Okay, love you. Everybody.
Is she in the other room? Is she somewhere else?
She's at her mom's, but
okay.
she calls. I can't ignore her calls. It's you know how it is. You have a baby girl. How old is she now? 6?
8.5.
Oh wow.
How old's your girl?
9.
Oh,
you're the same age as mine.
Pretty much. She was born in 2011.
Oh yeah, mine's 10. Okay, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. I thought they had a bigger gap.
Yeah. Oh,
Eric,
um,
Eric Rivera just said Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Eric Rivera is in a bad commercial. So Eric, you have no opinions on this. I lost.
Hey, but you know what movie still makes me laugh to this day is Airplane, man.
That's why I said I went, wait a minute, Airplane from start to
Airplane's
finish.
great. Like it just jokes the entire way.
So many gags.
Dude.
Dude, so many gags in that, and it's not just the writing, it's
the lines. Like there's lines that people still use to this day. Like when when you offer somebody coffee, you go, "How do you like it?" They're like my men, black, like my men.
But here's the thing, people always say this.
I'd have to say Airplane, dude, because I can, without fail, I am laughing the entire time, dude. It's one of the best.
But this is when it's string, and it's not because I think because we're older. People tend to say comedies aren't as good as they used to be. What do you think the reason is why there's no great comedies? There's no Airplanes or Caddyshack.
Well, Black Dynamite's fucking hilarious.
But see, that's underground. It's underground, man. That is.
I know, but again, it's one of those movies like Airplane where every time you watch it, you catch a joke you missed the first time. And another really funny, more modern movie is Role Models, which I hope you saw, Johnny.
Role Models?
No.
Oh my God, that movie's fucking hilarious. And Johnny, you'll love it because there's a kiss undertone the whole way about Love Gun.
Well, wait a minute. When did this come? When did Role Models come out?
2009, 2008.
Oh, it's been a while. So who's in that?
Stifler, Sean William. What's his name? Sean William Scott. Paul Rudd.
Oh, I remember that dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so funny. Like he becomes a see somebody. Paul D said Role Model is hilarious.
Wow.
But the scene where Stifler he's got this little black kid that he's got a mentor, and he's playing him Love Gun, right? And while he's playing it and he's singing along, and he goes to the kid, he goes, "You see, Ronnie, his dick is the gun."
Well, damn, dude, I'm gonna have to pull that up then, man.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Okay. Now, my cousin said Blazing Saddles, but I did mention that already. I did say that earlier.
I think when it comes to that, then you can go with genres like Mel Brooks, and then you can go with the Zuckerberg brothers.
Yeah. Well, Richard Pryor wrote Blazing Saddles. He was one of the.
Yes. And they would not remember they were the studio was like he's too rough or street to play, because Mel Brooks fought for him, man. Mel Brooks is like, he's got to play it. He's the best comic out there. And they were and then they went with Cleavon Little, which in a weird way, dude, is that Cleavon Little, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He kind of worked. It really worked, dude, because he was this really clean cut dude. And I feel like, I think Pryor would, of course, been amazing, but he would have been a lot more streetwise, I think. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think it worked because
I'm sorry, a little more trail wise.
I don't know, man.
Get it? Trail. It's in the old West.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Anybody?
No, nothing on that.
Anybody?
Nothing on that. I don't know. I would have loved to see Richard play that role, man. I think he'd have been.
Of course. But I just feel like Cleveland it just fit because Gene Wilder, I don't know. You might be right. Maybe it would have been better. I don't know.
Like Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor together are always great.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? I realized that as I was saying, because they get, Silver Streak and Stir Crazy and stuff. And so you're right. It might have been pretty amazing to see the two of them,
What I mean, they were an interesting duo though, to come together. Gene, like you'd probably would have thought Richard would have matched up with a lot of different people, but him and Gene Wilder worked perfect.
Did you guys ever see the Carson episode where Carlin and Pryor were both on the same episode?
No.
You could tell that they really weren't that close at all. Despite always being compared, like they're the Biggie and Pac of comedy, like Carlin or Pryor, Biggie or Pac, it's Zeppelin or Stones, it's that kind of thing. And when they were on it together, and you could kind of tell they were both like, meh.
Do you think? Did you get a sense that they were competitive towards each other, or they just they just never like hit it off?
I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know. You'll see it, and then you tell me what you think.
Okay, that's something I could.
Because I never knew that. Like I always thought they were close friends. Because Carlin did a joke about it once. He said if anybody's keeping track, I'm up 2 heart attacks to 1 to Richard. Richard had 1 heart attack, and then I had a heart attack, and then Richard burnt himself up, and I said, "Fuck that! I'm having another heart attack."
Well, I mean, those are 2 of my favorites. But it seemed like comics back then, I guess from my perspective, it seemed like there was more camaraderie. Like it seemed like they collaborated together a lot. And it just seems like now, maybe that's the reason why comedies aren't as good as they are now, because,
It's all clicks now.
It's all clicks, man.
Yeah, it's all clicks, but also too, they're going to cast it with names where they could probably find a lesser named great comedic actor, but they're like, we got to have this person in it. It's going to draw, So
but we're at a point now where no one's going to tell Kevin Hart who to put in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of these, acts do have the power and control to surround themselves, with some of the best that they have to offer. And I think, like, even when Richard Pryor did the Richard Pryor show, look at who all the writers and the cast members were.
Dude.
They're all.
Yeah, but the Richard Pryor show was like an all-star black cast. And like when you look at it, you go, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
And blew me away watching. Remember the Richard Pryor roast, the roast of Richard Pryor.
Oh, God, yes.
What blew me away was that what's her name was attractive back then.
Marsha Warfield.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I knew that's who you were talking about.
I saw her and I go, what?
Yeah, Marsha was dope. First time I saw Marsha Warfield, it was a special that Eddie Murphy produced called I think it was called Uptown Comedy or something like that. And it was on HBO. And the lineup was Chris Rock, Barry Sobel, Robert Townsend.
Wasn't Bill Bellamy on that?
No. Robert Townsend, Arsenio Hall, and Marsha Warfield closed.
Wow.
And she was fantastic. She came out, she had a cigarette, she had on like an evening gown, and she took a hit of the cigarette, and then she goes, we have a Miss America named Vanessa. And then she takes a drag and she goes, shit, that's almost as good as having a president named Darnell. And that was the fucking opening line back then, and it murdered. And she was just flawless, man. She was great, man.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Eric Rivera said, oh, Johnny's going to puns. He does not know that I am not the king of puns. That would be Russell, but I'm right below him. I'm Attila the pun.
Okay?
I love it.
All right. But Eric doesn't know who he's got 2 of the biggest.
I'm Big Pun.
Wait, what are you?
Big Pun.
Johnny, do you even know who Big Pun is?
No, it's a rapper, right?
Yeah.
No, you're so you're basically more. I'm Attila the Pun, then you would be Punjabi.
Not bad.
Because you're Indian.
I get it. No, it was good.
All right.
Yeah. If I played football, I would punt.
Oh, we're gonna get going. Ruben hates puns. Russell, let me tell you something. I don't understand people who don't like puns. I think they're the funnest, cheesiest thing anybody can.
You keep going and go. At least Russell will stop after a little while, but you just keep going and going.
Or maybe that's because I'm punning a million, bro.
That's right. Unintended.
Pun intended.
I hate both of you guys. Right? I really hate both.
If you got good at this, Rube, you could be Ruben Pun.
Oh, yes.
No.
Let me tell you my best one I've ever come up with. We were in Dubai. I was in Dubai doing shows with Ahmed. And Edwin San Juan is a big pun guy too, dude. So we're driving around, we're doing puns, and then I was like, I found out how expensive it is to live there, and you have to sometimes pay a year ahead of time or whatever. I said, you know what I would do? I'd create this beautiful apartment complex, all right? But it's affordable for everybody. It's very affordable. And I would call it Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, I love it.
That is hilarious.
Take that, Eric Rivera.
That is. Somebody just said Ruben
Oh,
Paul.
Ruben Paul.
All right.
I'm telling you, they're fun. See, everybody's having a
The
good
bad part is that's my cousin Mark.
What up,
Mark,
Mark?
Mark Page?
Mark Page, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Peters is.
Hey, what's with the non-Indian names in your family? Last name?
we were raped by the British, you know.
Oh, got it.
Like he's saying, hey, what's with the non-Aztec names there, Johnny?
But the conquistador, the Spaniard, Sanchez.
No, Johnny, stop. Johnny's Portuguese.
The Spaniard conquered the Aztecs, and that created a Mexican. That's a Mexican.
I know, but I'm saying it's the same thing.
What's that?
The British were in India doing the same, trying to do the same thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Why don't I have a name like my last name should be like Quetzalcoatl? How come I don't have a last name Quetzalcoatl?
Because I've never heard that before. But
oh my! You don't know the sun god Quetzalcoatl? Oh my!
listen, I taught a coral once. It was not good. If you don't wear a mask, you can catch a coral. Oh no!
See, this is what's great about
you can get the COVID.
I hate you guys. Hey, but Russell, Johnny's not really Mexican. I don't know if you know that. He is Portuguese. We just found this out.
I did my ancestry.
And that's what they told you?
No,
Yeah.
my mom's more than half. A lot of people don't know that my mom's more than half Portuguese. She's split a little. 60%.
How did that happen? Those are
my grandmother's parents were from the Azores. My mom's mom. Uh-oh. Look what happened. He leaves.
Yeah, see? He moves and it freezes.
Look at where he's from.
So I had to come down and get my jiu-jitsu bag because I.
Oh boy, here we go. He just had to say it.
So Russell, how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu now?
4 years.
4 years.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it'd been that long.
Yeah.
And what?
It is good.
There's belts, right? There's belts in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only 5 belts. It's white, blue, purple, brown, black.
And where are you now, Russell?
I'm a blue with 3 stripes.
And what are the stripes mean?
It means once you get 4 stripes, you move on to purple.
Oh, so there's stripes in each belt? There's stripes?
Yeah.
So what color are the stripes on a white?
They're white because there's like a black patch on the belt, like a black strip for the stripes.
Okay. All right.
What was the thing that made you start training in the first place, Russ?
I was really fat, and so, you know.
But it had to be.
Stan felt just so Stan. Wait a minute. I want to tell Stan something because he's like Johnny used to box. Russell also spent years and years boxing as well.
True.
So he was a boxer first. Did you do wrestling? Wrestling?
No, I wish I did.
Yeah. So I did boxing, wrestling. Russell was a boxer, and then now he's moved on to jiu-jitsu.
In my later years in life.
Yeah, I mean, Ruben's been saying he's thinking about trying it, but I don't know if Ruben.
Jiu-jitsu or boxing?
I don't know, man. I don't know if Ruben.
Jiu-jitsu is the way to go for guys our age because you can lay there, and.
But so is that why you chose jiu-jitsu? I mean, obviously you could have chose to do anything else to lose weight or to exercise. Why specifically jiu-jitsu?
You sound like an airline. We know you have your choice of carriers, and we thank you for choosing us. I took jiu-jitsu because I did it in the 90s as well.
Ron Chalso used to do it, right?
Yeah, Ron was the guy teaching me back then.
Okay, I remember that.
Ron's really good. Ron's a really solid fighter.
Really?
How do I know that name? How do I know that name?
He's a Filipino Canadian
comic. Very
right?
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really funny. Really good guy.
Really, really funny guy. Really sweet guy too.
Oh, okay, Ron John. Okay, well now I know not to talk shit to him. That's another good thing.
Yeah, Ron's really unassuming and he's really nice. He's got some good flow to him.
Yeah.
What belt is Ron?
I don't know. I don't think he did belts actually.
Oh wow.
He stopped a long time ago, but I mean, it's not like you forget.
Mm-hmm. 4 years, man. Good for you, dude.
Yeah, that's some work. Ruben, you're freezing up a little again.
Well, it's because
Your lips are moving, but your mouth ain't.
my lips are moving, but my mouth ain't saying shit.
There we go. There we go.
Am I back?
Oh, weird. And then it makes you go really fast. Like it
Yeah,
catches
I think it's trying to catch up to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we back? Are we?
Yeah, you're back now. You know what the problem is too, Rube? That your shoulders don't fit in the frame.
Yeah.
I know Ruben likes the real. I go, man, I don't like to be too close with the big moon face. You know what I mean? I see. Now
Yeah.
You're all right. You don't have hard features. I've got hard features. I have no. Oh man,
Johnny, who are you talking to? I'm right here. Look at this
I know
thing.
we're right.
no. I'm talking about Ruben doesn't. Ruben, he's kind of got softer features.
Oh.
Well, thank you, Johnny.
I mean, I don't mean it like that. I just,
Russell,
Really
like,
delicate, like flower.
hold on. I gotta fix this. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm rubbing it, man. Oh, hold on.
so
Go ahead, continue.
is Tootie coming over, Russ?
She is.
Is she on her way there now, or is she going to beat you at jiu-jitsu?
No, her mom will bring her over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting. And where's Santiago?
He's downstairs. Eddie's watching him for me.
Uh-oh.
I know. You know what's trippy is Eddie bought my son a baby basketball net.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a little one with stand and the net and everything. And we showed my son to put the ball in the net. And then yesterday, he was walking around the house and he picked up a ball and he walked all the way from the kitchen over to the net and put it in the net. I was like, what?
Really?
I didn't tell him nothing. I just watched him do the entire thing. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
How old is he?
1.
Wow. Oh, by the way, guess who said I'll fight you? Short bus.
I don't need him rolling through.
Oh,
That angle. He should look at his picture. His angle shoots up, so he looks tall. That's an angle nobody will ever see of him.
Oh, shit.
oh.
Well, Short Bus had a kid, right?
Yeah. His kid's walking better than him.
You're such an asshole. For you guys don't know, tell everybody Short Bus's condition.
It's got the palsy.
Yeah. So that makes Russell a real asshole, but it's now. And Short Bus has the best sense of humor ever.
Yeah.
Hey, I look at Short Buzz, who's looked out for him more than anybody in the world.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Short Bus is a good dude. Eddie just chimed in and said, that's what you get.
Yeah. Hey, ain't nothing free, Short Bus. I'll help you, but I will mock you first. You will feel normal around me.
So send me that mix, Peasy. You never sent me that mix you said you're going to send me.
Oh, sugary shit tits. Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah.
The bifurcation one?
Send me one, and then you should make another one. It ain't like you don't have time on your hands. It ain't like you
We're going really fast again. Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Oh, it looks like we're back on real time finally.
Sort of. There's like a split-second delay on your words.
Oh, this shit is annoying. But anyway, dude, I know you got to take off. Thank you for coming and
when Russell jumps off, since he doesn't want to hear, then Rube, you can give the origin story.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the origin story.
He doesn't want to hear the origin story, but
no, where he jumps after he jumps off. For people who don't know his story,
yeah.
How can you tell how many listeners or viewers you have right now?
It'll be we usually average over 1,000. So
all right, I think it's.
But here's the thing. See, Johnny, you want me to talk about the origin story, but there's some parts where I think people should know about Russell that don't know? Because I personally, and this is not just because of because we're friends, is he doesn't get the credit that he deserves for a lot of comics performing abroad, doing big arenas internationally. Before Russell did that, there really was no market for comedians to do those type of venues. I mean, you had people like Andrew Dice Clay and stuff, in the 80s, I guess in early 90s or whatever, when he was
early 90s still. Yep.
It was America.
Yeah, but he was just doing America. And it's just weird that when people talk about trailblazers in this business, yeah, Russell's my friends, but take me out of the equation. The numbers don't lie. He opened up a whole market for the Kevin Harts and the Dave Chappelle's and the Bill Burrs and all these guys, and Gabriel Iglesias and all these guys now who are doing, big venues internationally. And what was it like it for you, Russell, when you first started? Because it was kind of unprecedented, right? You guys kind of like
started doing international big ones.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I didn't realize I was doing it. Do you know what I mean? You know you're doing it, but you're not thinking, oh, look what I'm doing.
What's going to happen?
I've never been a guy. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah.
I've always kind of just did it because I kind of feel like when you're really in touch with yourself, you start to think that everybody hates your guts anyway. So you realize I don't want to say too much because I don't want people to be like rooting against me.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, but people are always going to hate regardless.
I know, but I don't know. It's never been in me to brag about it. It's all.
Yeah. Well, that's why I know you wouldn't want to talk about it. But as somebody who's worked with a lot of big name acts, I see what you've done. I've been blessed enough to travel all over the world with you, and it's funny because now people are acting like this. It's a brand new thing. Like when some of these guys are going to internationals, like Russell's been doing this for what 10. On this level for over 10 years.
13 years. 13 years.
13 years. And most comedians, you're lucky to get, one arena tour, let alone.
You're not kidding, man.
I'm on my 8th.
You're on your 8th.
Yeah.
And I don't know. When I sit back and look at it, it's pretty incredible to go to places where until you went there were probably not even stand-up shows in some of these countries.
No, they didn't even know what it was called. They just knew that in some countries they would call it that thing that Russell Peters does.
Wow.
I want to do that thing that he does. And now obviously the whole world is very versed in stand-up, but it's new in so many countries. So I was watching a podcast once, and this was from a few years ago, and they were talking about comics who have comedy babies. Like, how many comedy babies did you spawn? And then I realized I spawned many without knowing it.
Yeah.
Are you coming? Come inside.
Well,
there.
Almost pulling up.
Okay, Labu, I'll meet you downstairs.
Okay, level.
Labu, baby. Sorry.
It's so interesting.
See how I change when my daughter calls? Okay.
No, your whole personality changes, which is great. But what's interesting is, like, even when I've gone abroad and you talk to like some of these newer comics, a lot of them are doing Russell's old act, which is hilarious. And when you ask them, Russell was the first comedian they'd ever known, and it's so interesting for a guy, to come from Canada, to have this global impact, and sometimes gets left out of.
Well, what I feel I get marginalized more than anything. And the most common response from like bigger famous comics that really may not know me very well is that like somebody said, hey, to Jerry Seinfeld, hey, how come you haven't had Russell Peters on Comedians in Cars? You know who Russell Peters? He goes, Russell Peters, very successful. Nobody goes, he's funny. I've never heard one motherfucker go, he's funny. And I'm like, that kind of sucks. It bothers me because I'm like, listen, dude, I'm out in these trenches still. I still go and do the work.
Yeah.
I never like got on the arena circuit and go, that's it, guys. See you later. No more clubs for me. I'm like, no, I want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's not like it means to an end. I do this because I'm going to be a comic for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And what was, people talk about like these turning points. We have different guests on and we talk about turning points and
defining moment.
defining moments in your life or in your career. But was there one moment for you? And I'm not talking about like the common origin story that we hear about. You went from this, and then the next day you were getting this amount of money. Was there a moment to yourself where you go, my life is never going to be the same?
No, I think when I had kids, that's about the only time I figured my life is never going to be the same.
Really?
Whenever you have a kid, it changes everything. That's why when people are like, I want to have kids, I go, literally everything fucking changes. It will never be the same again. No matter what, it will never be the same again.
Yeah. Wow, that's really interesting, man. Yeah.
And that's why when you're like, I want to have kids, I'm like, don't fucking do it. Just get more pugs.
Russell is the most anti-kid, but loves his kid guy that I know. Like he
I love my kids, but that's the problem.
You said what?
That's the problem, is that you love your kids. You will suffer for your kids. Look at Johnny. You think Johnny wants to live in that shit box he's living in? No, but his kid, he's willing to do this. Do you remember how much hope and happiness he used to have?
Hey, you know what's funny? Somebody saw one of my old, I might have even been my Comedy Central special or something like that. And it's Chris, dude, who works with us. He's one of the engineers with us. And he's like, dude, I saw your like very early first special. He's like, you were like so happy. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah, man. Slowly but surely, you turned into this honorary.
Yosemite Sam. I became Yosemite Sam.
Hey! Hey, Tootie.
That's John.
Hi, I'm Tony, by the way. I'm Johnny.
Go pee. I gotta hold Cuddles while she goes pee.
Oh.
She's supposed to build me my house, man.
Oh yeah, Uncle Ruben's waiting for his house, baby. Go pee. I'll tell you when you come back.
Are you gonna take her to jiu-jitsu with you?
No, she'll hang out here.
Oh, okay. With Eddie?
Eddie, her brother, and Jen.
Well, anyway, dude, I know you gotta take off, but you should not be slighted in the least.
How dare you?
I'm serious, dude. And I think people need to really understand, like you said, it seems like Hollywood is just very cliquey. And
Ruben doesn't even see it.
Oh, I turned.
Ruben wasn't even looking.
I wasn't even looking. He's a dick. Hey, for you guys listening, Russell Paul. I'm not even going to describe what Russell is doing.
Go to the YouTube and watch it. Go to the YouTube.
You gotta go to YouTube page and watch what Russell is doing. But there's a lot of people that do give you credit and do understand what you've done. It's almost like that Tiger Woods effect, where a lot of these golfers hate on Tiger Woods, but they don't realize that they're making the money that they make because of Tiger Woods. Yeah. And that when I have, private conversations, people look at me crazy, and I say the same thing about you is, a lot of comedians can be hugely successful and make millions of dollars in the US, but the fact that they have the ability to go globally now and do shows is thanks to you. And I recognize that, and a lot of your other peers recognize that. So, I just wanted to say that and put that on the record.
He's holding his daughter's little bear.
Cuddles.
She's 9, and I told her, you're 8.5.
What's your name, sweetheart?
Donna.
Donna.
You can scoot in.
B.
That's Diana. You guys are the.
This is my daughter Donna, and what? Wait, you got? Is that her nickname?
Tootie? Yeah.
Tootie's the nickname.
Okay. All right.
What do you call Donna?
B. Her nickname's B.
B?
B, like B-E-E. Yeah, it's a long. It doesn't make sense. Everybody goes, "Isn't her name Donna? Do you mean D?" I go, "No, B." It's a long story. I'll explain it some other time.
Okay.
All right, old boy.
Yeah, man.
I know you got.
And by the way, just so you know, Tootie tells her dad, "I love you," after he says, "I love you."
But does Donna kiss you?
Yes, she kisses me.
My daughter won't kiss me.
Okay, well, she won't say "I love you," so
she'll hug me and tell me she loves me.
No kissing.
But she lets me kiss her, right?
Tootie, when are you gonna finish my house?
Nose rubs.
And
What?
cuties.
And cutie.
Tootie, when are you gonna finish my house?
I love the nickname.
I'm almost done with it.
It was on Minecraft, right? She's building Uncle Ruben a house on Minecraft.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, nice.
Yeah. I need a post-quarantine house, and she's building me one.
True.
And it's a really high security one, so that's why it's really big. That's
Yes.
what's taking a long time.
Did you give me a pool? I need a pool.
Yeah, I'm getting you a really big pool.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Jacuzzi.
tell Uncle
And a
Ruben,
water slide.
baby, tell Uncle Ruben your idea about getting a pug.
I want to get a pug, but I'm older and name it Potato.
But wait, but then she said she wants to get 2 pugs and then name the other one.
Chips, potato chip. Oh my god. Perfect.
Hey, Tootie, I tell your dad you're funny all the time. You make me laugh.
And Uncle Ruben, your pool is really big and it comes with a jacuzzi and water slide.
Really?
Oh wow.
Awesome.
The problem is she used Haitian water, so you can't go in it.
I can't say what I want to say because she's sitting right there.
Hey, wait a minute. Eddie wants me to ask, how does he know about Roblox? Do you play Roblox, Tootie?
My daughter plays Roblox.
Yeah, my daughter's on it all the time, dude. All the time.
Maybe they can become Roblox friends.
Yeah. I'll have her find you on there.
Yeah. B is way cooler than her dad.
Can you tell her my username?
Don't yell it out here.
We'll get your
Russell's on that like that. Russell's like, no.
We'll get your username later.
Yeah.
I'm very late now.
Okay.
You guys get out of here. Love you, Tootie.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Bye, Uncle Johnny.
Bye.
Say bye.
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 And, Russell, great seeing you, man.
You too. How do I get out of this thing? Just close it out?
Yeah, I'll close you out. So that was the great Russell Peters, man. And just to piggyback, because like he was saying, Johnny, a lot of people, like Russell is one of those guys. He's extremely humble. And I think sometimes he feels like because he's a Canadian comic, he hasn't fully been accepted into the American clique.
Sure.
But what he's accomplished in this business is undisputable.
It's huge.
You know, and he's one of those guys that, you know, somebody made a joke about Russell a long time ago is Russell is like soccer. He's famous everywhere but in America.
Correct. I remember.
And, to be able to make a living and to be as generous as he's been to a lot of comics, both Canadian and American, you know, it's just interesting. Like when people bring up the guys who are doing big numbers, and he's been on the Forbes list of comedy, and these are things that he would never really want to talk about. You know, that's why he, you know, in the beginning when I wanted to get into it, he's like, nah. He shuns that. But I think that's part of his problem because me and you talk about that. Like sometimes we shun the credit or the praise people try to put on us, and we kind of like, nah, you know, whatever. Where mostly everybody else are braggers, and I did this and I did that. I sold out this 5 times and I sold this out. Like they constantly letting people know their accomplishments. But I think it's about finding that balance. You know, I think you can be humble and also let people know what you're doing at the same time. You know? Yeah. And I just think with
and
him,
you know what's interesting? Yeah. It's funny how, you know, sometimes we talk about how you can manifest things. And years ago, I remember saying, you know, I kind of would be cool with like a small cult following.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, that's more of my thing. You know what I mean? So I threw it out there.
Well, what Russell is, man, I think, you know, he's one of those guys that if he was in a position to, like we already see what he does with his live shows, he's put money in a lot of comics' pockets. I mean, a lot of comedians he's given opportunities to work for. But like we were saying earlier, it's just, I don't know. I think sometimes comedy becomes so cliquey or competitive that comedians don't pull resources together and work together to be able to do things on a high level. You even look at a movie like Car Wash. A lot of these movies are made years.
That's another one. That's another one we forgot. Yeah,
absolutely. Even with what Eddie Murphy did with the movie Life, and what he did with Harlem Nights. I think nowadays, especially sometimes it's about comedians wanting to be the only ones shining sometimes.
Right.
Are they?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's and there's that insecurity of, well, if I put someone in this, that person may end up shining in my movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you should want.
Yeah.
You should want that. You know what I mean? Because look at Richard Pryor. We talked about on his show, dude. Crazy. The staff, the writers, the other actors performing that were comics as well. I mean, he got the best of the best, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what I always tell them in our private conversations is, number one, just keep doing what you're doing, and whatever it is, people think like when you get to a position that he's in, it's like, okay, hey, I'm rich, I'm successful, let me just relax. Yeah. I think now it's about, it's expanding and going after the other things that you want to accomplish, because opportunities are still there. And the good thing about now is we can create our own opportunities. Like, you don't need anybody to, do anything for you now, really. Look at what's going on, and even we see in this quarantine time, no one's green lighting anything. So, no one gave Russell his career. The people gave Russell his career. So if the people did it, it's probably the people that's going to make him, a movie star or TV star, if that's a direction that he wants to go in. And I say, I always tell him, create your own way. You did it through comedy. We should be doing that in movies and in television or whatever it is that you do. But, I'm so appreciative of his friendship, and I've learned a lot from him, and it's been great to travel with him and to collaborate with him on different projects, because he's a good dude, never lowballs.
Of course not. No.
Pays you what you're worth. There's a lot of guys out there that'll nickel and dime you, but yeah, he's been great. So,
Rube, hold on. Jennifer's Robbie just said, sending love from South Carolina. Stay safe. This was great.
Oh, awesome.
Assistant principal at her school.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Cool.
Thanks for that, Robbie. You can stay safe. Stay safe out there.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, like, when you're friends with people and you've been in the business a long time and you see a lot of things, sometimes you kind of want to set the record straight, because sometimes people will, it's just funny when you've been in the game a long time, things, a lot of things people don't know just sure by being there and having experience. Just like sometimes when you hear a joke and then somebody goes, that's such and such a joke. And you go, well, actually, such and such did that 15 years before this guy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have any idea because you weren't around.
Sure.
So I think when we're talking about comedy, especially globally, internationally, where a lot of these guys are doing world tours, it's because of Russell Peters.
Sure.
People weren't going into Hong Kong doing stand-up, in Singapore, in Bali, Australia, New Zealand, Jakarta, and people don't realize South Africa was the first place Russell was famous, was in South Africa. Before Canada, before, anywhere else, it was Durban, South Africa, where Russell kind of took off, because they have a huge Indian population there, and it kind of took off from there. But anyway, I just wanted to give him his props. I knew it'd be hard to get him to go along with that,
but honestly, I'm kind of glad he said, let's not start with that and let's just go and talk and have, because I think it was a lot more, for me anyway, it was a lot more fun and flowy and back and forth, and you were checking in and out. So
yeah. My thing with Russell though is this, man. And we're all protective of our friends to a certain extent, but like, part of the issue is a lot of people still don't know him here. who should know him here.
Sure.
So every opportunity, I even have friends to this day like, damn, where was he? With who? Who's that? You know what I mean? It's like, look him up, dude.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, man, where I don't know. I just want. I guess I see the behind the scenes, so I know a lot of things that bother him.
Mm-hmm.
So when you know something that bothers somebody, you kind of want to help, people see, the truth.
See him in the proper light. Yeah.
In the proper light. Exactly. So I won't go on and on and on. I think what Russell's done speaks with himself, and I think history would be very, very kind to him. And he has a special out on Amazon right now. And here's another thing people might not know is Russell was the first comedian Netflix ever signed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Russell Peters was the first comedian ever with a Netflix deal. So that should tell you everything that you need to know. But I love him. I appreciate him. There's a lot of great comics out there that don't get the credit they deserve and that people should really know about. And me and you are two of those.
Yeah, I know. But I'll be the first. Might as well, since I'll just piggyback on that. Then I'm actually going to be the first Latino comedian on Netflix's new Latino department, Netbacks. Spelled with an X, Netbax. I'm gonna be on the Netbacks. I have to end with a pun, bro.
Whatever, man. Hey, and let me give a shout out to my boy Demetrius and also Shake. Shake was with Russell from the beginning. He and Russell grew up together, and he toured around the world with Russell. So he had a first-hand experience of how Russell went from a club comic to an international star, and to have that that bird's eye view, man, like he was right next to him during it. So it was dope.
Cool, man.
It was dope to meet those guys, and I have a lot of lifelong friends because of Russell, from Shake to Ray to Pick, Eddie. It's just a lot of people that I consider family now because of him. So anyway, we won't go on and on. Our guest today was the great Russell Peters. And hey, man, tell B, I said, hey, what are you guys doing for the rest of the day?
Well, she just got back from doing some, her and Jen were, I got her some squirt guns the other day. So I didn't get a chance because I had to do this. I didn't even get the opportunity to go squirt gunning with my daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, your schedule's so busy and hectic.
Hey, man, you got homework every day.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you something. No. You think it's easy. Let me tell you something. They do things completely different nowadays, especially math. It's all weird, dude. You're not supposed to count with your fingers. They actually do addition during subtraction.
Yeah,
what? No, you just subtract.
Did you drop out of school early or something?
Huh?
Did you drop out of school early or something?
Now listen, when it comes to spelling and reading and all that stuff, you're talking about I should have been spelling bee king if they would have had him back when I was young, all right?
You look like a spelling bee king.
I actually do, don't I? I'm wondering if you could use it in a sentence, please. Okay, wait a minute. What is the origin? And I'm not talking about the Russell Peters. All right. Anyway,
dude, I won't hold you, man. Ladies and gentlemen,
we're actually gonna go run some errands and stuff like that, and then
does she wear a mask? Do you have her put a mask on when you guys are out?
Well, most of the time I don't take her with me in the stores.
Got you.
Yeah, when I time it out so that when she's with Jennifer, they have her, and then I go get food and all that other stuff without her. By the way, which I noticed again the other day at Target, everybody's going back to going shopping with their families. Just go by yourself. And I don't know why people don't understand the concept of the mask. It's got to cover your nose too, guys. Don't expose the nose. That's where the virus goes. How about if we go with that?
Johnny will be teaching a mask tutorial live on Facebook at 7 p.m. tonight. So log on to see Johnny.
Driving me crazy, dude. They got their nose and I'm like, yo, dude, you might sneeze on me, bro. Like, and then people are pulling it down while they're inside. No, you pull it down when you get outside.
All right. Okay. All right. We got Johnny going like we did on the socks episode. So,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Anyway, just don't go shopping with your family. Cover your full face. All right. Cover your full fat face with your mask, please. That's it.
And that's it? Are you sure?
I do like don't expose the nose. That's where the virus goes. I do like that.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been the best of everything.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a better one.
Oh, geez.
Wait a minute. I just thought of one. This
What?
is from the movie The Corona Kid. And remember, Danielson, mask on, mask off.
Okay.
Mask on, mask off. That's inside and outside.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Tell a friend, share the podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and anywhere you can find podcasts. You can find the Best of Everything podcast with me and my brother, Mr. Johnny Sanchez.
The former Mexican.
Yes, the former Mexican, the Portuguese prince.
Hey, wait a minute. Stan Felton, who's watched every episode. Thank you, Stan. This guy's watching. He says he teaches math. So real quick, I just want you can answer after. Do you use addition while doing subtraction? Why would you count up for subtraction when you just count back? Anyway, let me know.
Oh my God. And Eddie chimed in and said you can actually find our thing at swap meets. Also, you go
swap meet. Every swap meet. The swap meet near you. All right.
But thank you guys. Please tell a friend, share the podcast.
Yes.
And that helps us. It helps us when you guys share the episodes and tell people about it. And you can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, anywhere you find
Spotify.
Anywhere. So thank you guys. That's the Best of Everything. And we are out, motherfucker.
Ruby Mother and Tuesdays.
This show is all about diversity and bringing everyone together. You never know who you're going to see at Ruby Tuesdays.